What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I've been reading a lot of Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips stuff lately, and actually Michael Lark's involved with this one too. And Scene of the Crime really was their first creator-owned project together. I'll try to get the whole deal in here as best as I can. So this is like one of the originals, and this is the hardcover version, of which there's a softcover version also, but you know, I would never get soft covers when there's a hardcover version to be had, of course. This is a crime noir, and it's kind of the precursor to like Criminal and things like that. Now, Michael Lark did Daredevil with Ed Brubaker, and Sean Phillips has done a ton of different stuff with Brubaker. You get an introduction by Brian Bendis, which whatever, he gushes about it. Of course he does. And there's a lot to gush about. So you get the same sort of noir feel from all this stuff. You've got a private detective, and of course the private detectives kind of get recycled later, but this is a different private detective who's in San Francisco, and he's kind of got a weird life ahead of him, and you kind of have a mystery as to both his life and to what's going on as this goes on. There's a cop, and his like side mistress girlfriend actually comes to him for help because her sister's missing, and she tries to find out what's going on. And he starts to investigate into this and finds out that like her sister got involved in some weird like sex cult in San Francisco, which actually ties back to the Purple People. Now, this is real stuff from San Francisco. The Purple People were a weird sex cult commune from like the 70s and 80s. They might still be there. I don't even know. We used to, in high school, go out onto a hill and try to like mess with their commune down there. I don't know, but it was kind of the talk of the valley at the time, and everybody would go up there in high school and just kind of like be like, what's going on over there? And it was a creepy deal in hindsight. We're lucky we probably didn't get kidnapped or whatever, but they were some like free love community or something, so they called it, and it was really gross. This highlights kind of the grossness of those kind of deals also. But very cool attention to detail with the San Francisco Bay Area. He goes into Berkeley and places like that, and that makes me happy as a person who lives here. But he starts investigating this, and he of course finds there's more that meets the eye. And this is, Ed Brubaker says, is the first mystery he wrote, but now that's like kind of all he does, and I love it. And it's split up pacing wise into different chapters. So there's like 21 chapters or something like that. And each chapter is about 4 or 5 pages. And he just gets deeper and deeper into this mystery as he's trying to find this girl, which he finds her. She ends up, quote, killing herself. And he then doesn't believe that and tries to find her killer. And he successfully does so by the end of the book. There's a big mystery, of course. And, of course, there's some red herrings that make it look like other people did it. And it's an interesting resolution. It's really dark. I got to tell you that right now. For those who are not into that. But he does a really good job of making you care about the characters through the course of this. And I actually really like Michael Lark and Sean Phillips' art through here. It just hits that noir scene all the way. Lots of very detailed backgrounds. The layouts are very clean. It's not like that like overly modern style. I like the kind of muted colors that make it feel like almost more of a classic. And here they're drinking and gonna go investigate with his buddy, and they're gonna invade the people's compound by themselves. Now there's a side story where this character like was dating this gal prior to the start of this story, and she got ditched by him, and he's drunk and tries to see her again, and she gets really upset. And you learn about their relationship and what happened and why he ditched the relationship over the course of it. You do kind of get a nice little happy ending to this story a little bit. But the twist ending to this story is that you don't really get justice served. And sometimes life is like that. And so that adds a nice little thing. I'm trying to not spoil too much. but it really leaves you with a sour taste at the end, even though he kind of solved the mystery. Pretty interesting. And apparently they were intending on this to be an ongoing series like Criminal or whatnot, but it just never materialized. And they both got on different projects, Michael Lark and Ed Brubaker, and came back and did Daredevil together, of course. And there is a short story at the end of it where he is tailing somebody on a stakeout, and there's this little girl who's like kind of watching him and knows what he's doing, and she helps with this, but she gets shot. So again, another dark thing. He solves the mystery, but at what cost for this little extra side story? So pretty good. And then Ed Brubaker talks about how the project came about, which is kind of nice to have at the back of this book. Good stuff. And you get some, here's what the pencils look like, here's what the inks look like. I like process stuff like that. So good stuff. I really enjoyed this. I would say, I think I've read his newer stuff, Reckless, which I liked a little bit better probably, but this was still a solid mystery. I'm enjoying going through these Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips hardcovers, and I will bring you more reviews of these as they come about. This was the first one, still actually readily available. You can find it without paying exorbitant prices for the hardcover, and of course the soft covers in print also. So 8 out of 10, good stuff, and thank you for watching the review. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.